Emotions are just information from your environment. Like a big thing that it kind of blows my mind, but people don't recognize is that you're seeing things that you don't realize you're seeing. You see this a lot with people who are recovering from like some kind of trauma where like they'll be out in a crowd somewhere. They'll just get a flash of anxiety for like what they think is no reason. But in reality, they didn't realize they were scanning the crowd and somebody just happened to resemble that one guy who beat the shit out of them 10 years ago and their brain went off on a fire alarm. And so any kind of emotion you're feeling, if you're feeling shame, you're feeling guilty, you're feeling lonely, you're feeling angry, that's just your body telling you that something somewhere, either internally or externally, triggered something that needs to be addressed. We're not evolved enough that we can just readily see like, oh, I had an anxiety moment because of that one. It's more often than not what we do with like, even with like things like therapy or coaching or shadow work, like Carl Jung stuff. It's like you have to almost peel back the layers by talking it out. Women do this all the time, where it's like they'll just we consider them they're just ranting about random stuff. I don't understand. Like they're just talking. But what they're really doing is saying like, I got like 10 signals that went off at once. 8 of these might be false, but 2 of them might be valid, but I don't know which one it is. And I only have space for one thing at a time in my head. So I'm going to go one by one, seeing which one. That wasn't that. Oh, maybe it's that. That's the problem. Oh, I'm hungry. Oh, I'm actually tired. And you see the people who don't recognize, like, if you're really hungry and really tired, you're like a different person. But your body doesn't tell you, go eat something and take a nap. It just says, you feel like this now. Figure it out. And you notice this pretty easily with little kids and babies. It's like you can almost even tell like what their issues are. But it's usually it's a set of a particular. Does a diaper need to be changed? Do they need to be held? Do they need to be fed? Do they need to be burped? It's usually like one of 5 different things. But as an adult, we still really don't have these kind of abilities to figure out and sort through the noise of what's really bothering you. Like men that are emotionally reactive, very short-tempered, short fuse, maybe occasionally you'll get the person who has some kind of personality disorder or some kind of neurological defect that leads to that. More often than not, though, it's like if you're constantly pissed off, you've got something you didn't deal with in the back of your head. It's still ringing around, bouncing around your subconscious. And the only way to really get to that, here comes my cat. The only way to get to that feeling is by like lowering your guard enough to let the feeling come out, to then figure out, oh, I'm really pissed off at work because I hate my job. I hate my job because I was forced to get it. I hate forced to get it because I was told this. I was forced to do it because my dad, didn't care about me enough as a kid. Whatever it may be. As I mentioned the thing with the Wall Street guys earlier, how a lot of men will go like extremely hyper career focused because they, it's just being a goofball. In the hyper career focus because they don't realize they're actually kind of numbing out another pain somewhere else in the back of their head that they can't figure out what they're dealing with. Or men who have like porn addiction, for example. What's really happening is like you might just be bored. You can't tolerate the boredom, but your body doesn't tell you you're bored. It just says, oh, suddenly I feel like, going to watch porn and, masturbating. Or maybe you have intimacy desires. Maybe you really feel lonely because, you actually haven't been intimate with somebody in a long time, or maybe even in the context of a long-term marriage. And until you get to a point where you can sit down, lower your guard, feel like you're safe in front of people that can help you sort it out, because even you'll talk it out, you'll say things and be like, oh, did you hear what you just said? Or did you see the connection here, those things that you didn't really feel a connection to? Until you lower that guard to then show those people those things, to have them look at it with you, you're just going to cause more problems. And that really requires a certain level of conscious vulnerability to basically get to that point. You have to be comfortable with saying like, I trust you guys to not attack me for what I show you when I open it.